first thing I would tell you is whatever your passion is, that's what to go after. Focus, research it, be your own investor, be your own GoFundMe first. Before you go asking everyone else, always invest in yourself, because once people see you, it's that important to you to invest in yourself, it'll make it that easier for them to invest in you. I basically started with a passion. I've been cooking for like years, and I thought about using it as an income. Did a couple of parties, people enjoyed it. I had to sit down and have a conversation with myself, which eventually you guys will have with yourself, is what is it that I want to do that makes me happy and make me money? And that's when it came up with this. I've been doing it all along. But you guys probably already have within you what will make you great, something. Just believe in what it is that you want to do. Forget what everybody else says, but believe in what you want to do. Stick to it, stay focused. Always research, always take the time to learn your craft, whatever it is. I go to seminars all the time. I go to cooking demos. Anything that has to do with culinary, that's what I involve myself in. That is my self-education, you know. So, and being with that, this program right here is great. I wish I had something like this in other schools, but so take advantage of it. Again, any opportunity to come up that has something to do with whatever it is you're into, be there. Be it seminars, be it demos, whatever it is you guys want to do. All I say is, do not let anyone steer you off of what it is you want to do, because that is your gift, no one else's. Any questions from anybody? No?
What high school did you go to?
What high school did I go to? I went to Largo.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So you own your own business, right?
Yes.
Okay, so could you explain a little bit about what it means for you to be a leader and be the boss?
Yeah. So with that, you are as strong as your team. The team's gonna be as strong as you. So they follow your lead. So you have to be a certain confidence. Some people call it arrogant, but I call it being confident, because again, it's your brand. So regardless, whoever's working under you or with you, whatever the case may be, remember it's your brand, and you set the standard on what you want your brand to be. So with that said, when you're building a team, because it does take a team, especially in the culinary world, it takes a team. And you want the strongest people around you. So with that said, you have to be that leader. So again, it goes back to research. So when people is talking to you or just watching you, you got to make sure you know what you're doing so they can follow. So that's what I say about building a team.
How do you make sure that everything is intact and you like, so there's so much going on,
How do you make sure? How you know everything's intact?
yeah.
Well, with me, I'm a stickler for being on time, and I like to set up things myself as far as with cooking. So if I know I have a brunch coming up, I'm there early. I do my setup, or like I say, it comes with the team. I have a strong enough team that I know he's strong at vegetables, and he's strong at prepping meats and things of that nature. Those are the people I surround myself with, and we will get there early, the night, even the day before, if I can prep before. So it's just that you, again, it goes back to saying you know what you want. You know what you want to put out. So you're gonna have to take the extra steps sometimes, which means being in the kitchen early for everyone else, just to make sure you have things in order the way you would like. Any other questions?
What would you say are some key skills that are needed in order to run a successful business?
Key skills in order to run a successful business: education, self-taught, and being hungry and focused. So whatever business it is that you want to do, I give myself a 3-year step. So okay, within this first 3 years, this is where I want to get. This is what I have to do. Sometimes you may pass that, because you already got a goal for yourself. 3 years, I want to now branch off and do something else. And so everything you're doing, you're always prepping for the next thing. You don't want to be content, because as you grow, so does society, so does everything else. So you're always going to be planning ahead. Even as you're going through, you're always going to be planning ahead.
So you do go to school for?
I'm glad you said that. I'm actually self-taught. I didn't go to school, but I am planning to go to school. Just because I just think it's important just to have the paper. But in my field, passion goes a long way. So I've teamed up with some great chefs. So I've traveled, did restaurant takes over in Atlanta, Eastern Shore, things of the nature. but just learning as I go. So what I do is, for me in this field, I link up with the guys that I know are already successful, and I just follow them. You know, I go up under them. And another thing is, to become a leader, you have to learn how to follow also. So sometimes you're going to have to go up under someone that can teach you that next level. So that's what I've done so far, and it's made me successful so far. But I am going to go to school just to get the paper, but education definitely is the key. If I would have known at you guys' age what I wanted to do, I definitely would have went to school first. But because I didn't figure out what I wanted to do until a later age, the only reason I bypassed the school temporarily. But I definitely did school.
Do you do any mentoring, kind of mentoring programs or internships for people who are interested in going into culinary?
Well, yes. So I used to do brunches at Ozil down in Georgetown, and luckily the guy that I'm working with, he's open for things like that. So he'll let me bring in people all the time who wants to learn, just to get the feel of the kitchen and things of that nature. So we're actually about to start again. We're working with a club called Dirty Martinis also downtown. So we'll probably be doing brunches there every Sunday now, and hopefully the same thing. So I've always been going to put people in just for experience. So I'm definitely always looking for that.
Would you let me do it? Would you let me do it?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
What was your biggest downfall?
Me. Believing in me and knowing what I want to do. So when I first started, I would say make sure you believe in yourself. Because if it's your dream, it's your dream. You can't let no one discourage you, not even yourself. And sometimes I think as we start out, because we don't have that support, we feel we don't have that support, we back off. So that's why I say always be your number one fan. So the only downfall I can say I had in this race was myself. But I've overcome that.
So when you first opened your business, right, was it a little frustrating that it wasn't like how you expected it to be?
Yes and no. It wasn't, because I was so hungry and I wanted it so bad that just every day learning was enough for me. But as time went on, I've been so eager to branch out and do bigger things. But I have to also tell myself, okay, you know what, I'm not ready for that part yet. You know what I'm saying? So there's always a restraint. Sometimes you get carried away, you know, and take on too many tasks. You know, I had someone call me and want to do a party for like 1,500 people. I know I can't do it. But I didn't want to say no, you know, and my eagerness was like, I'm gonna take that job. But always, you don't ever want to set yourself up for failure. So you got to know you and know what you can do.
Hire up people to help you?
Say it again.
Do you intend to like networking to help
Oh.
people?
Oh yes. Number one thing I did actually to get where I'm at is networking. I'm gonna tell you a funny story. I had this guy come to me. He wanted me to pay him $250 a month to network. I asked him, what do you offer? He said, well, I can set you with a social media page. I said, I have 3. What else can you offer? He said, I can get you X amount of followers. I have thousands of followers. What else can you offer? You have to be your own network. You know, when you walk out, I brand everything. I have my dishes, I have everything. When they finish working with me, they know the Goodsteward brand. I brand everything. Wherever I'm out, when I go to events, I always have on a shirt, a hat, or something. Because it's never, to the point now when I go to events, and they would think I was bigger than what I really am, but because of the networking I do, and because I support other chefs, I mean, I created a whole I actually have a talk show coming out, a culinary talk show, called Cooks and Chefs, which all I do is support chefs. Because of that networking piece, I kind of get a name in business now, at least in this area. So now I'm trying to go abroad. So in this area, though, pretty much a name. So networking is very, very important. You can do it yourself. You don't have to pay nobody. Especially with social media. Y'all in a great area right now.
Was it hard for people trying to, like you said it was your passion, but for people tell you that to do something else?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna tell you, it's funny you said that. I had an accountant tell me to help someone else with their dream and put mine to the back burner. Because their dream would give me financially somewhere else. But when it comes to passion, it's not necessarily about the money. And that's the hard part. Because some things, I don't know what your guys' passions are, but sometimes your passion might not make you a million, but it's gonna make you happy. So you have to ask your question too. Do I want to be happy or I want to be miserable? Some people just want to sit back. So you have to, once you find that, I feel like being happy is all the riches I need. So yes, so on and so on. But because I believe in what I'm doing and I know where I'm trying to go, I ain't better than mine.
If there's a new person into the entrepreneur business, how and some other businesses try to grade them because they're new, how would you see a grade for us like detect that and try to avoid it? And they don't really know how to
I avoid.
like being like how to avoid being kind of like controlled or played by these.
For other businesses.
Yeah.
Oh, just being focused. Again, it's self-control. And again, you know what you want to do. Again, you're your number one fan. So regardless of what someone else says, does, or whatever the case may be, you have to chase your own dream because it's yours, it's no one else's. So that's what I did.
Was it hard for you to build up your customers when you first opened?
Yes, because it comes with experience. But once I got out and started getting under different chefs, and they started seeing me in different places and things of that nature, it started to expand out. So it's all about networking yourself.
It's like this is your business. So you have to worry about like not only cooking and stuff, but you have to worry about paying them and like
Yes.
keep up and all that.
Yes.
So like how do you juggle that?
Well, from a catering standpoint, is budgeted into the contract. So if I have a party of 300, okay, I know I'm gonna need 5 people, whatever's gonna help me. I know how much I'm gonna pay them. So what you do is you just add it into the bill anyway. So you don't have to worry about it. When you write your contracts, it's all in the contract. So once you put it in there, they're gonna take care of that.
So you got
So you write it in that book.
you have like a lawyer.
Bad what?
A lawyer.
A lawyer?
You have a lawyer to do that?
No, you can do it yourself. I write my own contracts. I did my own contracts, all the it's simple. Now when a lawyer gets into, when it comes to time to do lawyer things, whatever, that's what now you're talking ownership of buildings and which I don't have right now. Again, I'm working under chefs and I have my own personal catering business. And then eventually when I get into a food truck or maybe opening a restaurant or things of that nature, then yes, because I'm entering fields I know nothing about. And I'm a firm believer in I need to go talk to people that knows about that. I don't just jump out with it. So when it gets to that point, yes, definitely get a lawyer.
So you think that if you would have went to school, your outcome of how your company is would have been better?
It might have helped me a little bit, but I still think everything I've done, I still would have had to do. Because just me coming out of school still doesn't mean that nobody know who I am. So I still believe the networking piece would have been a big factor. And like I said, social media is like the biggest factor. Because all my networking comes from social media. I know this guy, he's a cook, and he has a multi-million-dollar company off of social media. He has over almost 1 million followers just off of social media. So I still would have to do the same thing.
So what are you gonna do to expand your business?
So for now, from the catering standpoint, I actually, like I said, I have the talk show that's coming out. From that standpoint, I want to start traveling. Like you guys, I'm gonna be the food network, but like Guy, we have to go around to different restaurants. I do that now, right? I'm just trying to get paid for it. So now I'm incorporating that to do that same gig as I travel, which I do already anyway. I travel to different restaurants. I mean, I have chefs at restaurants now that invite me out of the country, Dubai, Barcelona, things of that nature. So it's about networking, and it's gonna be some long nights. but I see the outcome. So 3 years, I do eventually hopefully have a restaurant, food truck, something, you know. And I want to be able to. Only reason I want it is because I want to be able to help others, because I know how hard it was. So I want to be able to have an avenue for others who's coming up or trying to get into something. Something else important, I want to invest in some called incubated kitchen. An incubated kitchen, which is basically it's a warehouse. You decorate it, you set it up like a kitchen, and for chefs who don't have restaurants, you rent your kitchen upstairs, but they have nowhere to go cook. So it's called incubated kitchen, and it helps out all upcoming chefs, getting products out, store their products and things like that. So my main focus, the reason I even name my business, is because it's not even about me sometimes, it's about helping other people. You know what I mean? And I think when you have that mindset, you go faster. And once people start seeing like he's a team player, everyone want to be connected to him.
Positive energy.
All I mean, no negative. As soon as I have chefs come up with negative energy, I delete it automatically. good one.
What was the question?
What's an inspiration? It's gonna sound like it's a shade on my grandma. I mean, it's when I go to cooking, learning in her kitchen, and I guess I used to cook for her when she passed. I cooked some dinners for her, everything like that. It took off. So I guess that was my inspiration. Yeah.
How do you deal with the stress load?
Okay, so luckily I'm not at that point, but I see it coming. And the reason I say it because the gigs I have, the team that I have, they know what I want, so it's kind of stress free. Well, when you get to a high level, so when I'm doing the gigs at these different clubs, because I'm not the main guy, but I work with them so closely that I see the stress and I'm like, wow, this is what I'm into. He'll tell me, this is what you want, right? But because I'm seeing that, I'm already designed a plan how to handle it. And it's about positive energy. We said, once they see that I'm positive and I can handle things, it kind of fall in place. Now, the hustle and bustle of the crowd is the only stress you have, running out of food and making sure the food's coming out on time. But the job itself, because it's my passion, I just love to cook, that part doesn't stress me. But it's the making sure everyone is happy part. It's probably the stressful. Anyone else?
How do you deal with people who don't like your food?
You know what? I'm not everyone's cook. I tell every cook I go into, I'm not everyone's cook. What I cook is how I cook. You might not like it, she might love it, So, I had a guy one day who was making something, and he kept changing. Every time I tasted it, it was different. I said, why? Why you change? He said, because this person didn't like this, and this person didn't like that. I said, it's not yours. Because yours is yours. Like, I make a bread pudding. This young lady does like raisins. So I have raisins. It's nothing, but it's my recipe, So I may not be the cook for you. So I don't have a problem with that. I mean, I actually like criticism. So I'm like, it's too much of this or it's not enough of that. I like that because it makes me better. So I welcome that.
How do you deal with angry customers?
Afraid. Afraid. So far, I mean, you went into a couple, but I haven't had that to the point where they was overly, but yeah, I just pray about it, stay calm. And once they see they can't, muster you, it kind of goes away. But that's
When did you notice you wanted to try?
probably 4 or 5 years ago. I feel like this is what I want to do. And I actually had this conversation, like I was telling you guys earlier, that what is it that I want to do, right? I'm not happy at the job. I'm an account manager full time, right? I'm bored. It's not just an assignment, right? What is it I want to do that makes me happy? Just cooking. I was cooking all the time, but never thought about making money from it or anything like that. So one day, again, prayed about it. And it came to me. I just started picking up things and just learning and reading books and just educating myself, and it took off.
What chefs do you look up to and why?
On a personal note, the guy I work with, Chef J.R. Robinson, he actually was on Hell's Kitchen season 13. I work with Chef Harper, who actually won these first black chefs to win Hell's Kitchen. I'm top chef, I'm sorry. The chef from the African American Museum, which one of mine. So those type of guys that's flourishing, I look up to, and because it's on a personal. Professionally, is this guy named Mike Simon, and another guy, Chef Couture from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Like the guys you can actually talk to that love, passion for food.
The one that makes shrimp with chocolate?
Exactly. Yes. So guys like that, and a lot because I started late, so a lot of these chefs are way younger now. But this is one guy. I mean, they think out. I like chefs to think outside the box. Like this guy just went to a competition. He did a burrito crusted salmon, right? Sounds weird, right? Out of 100 points, he got 95. Like this guy, yeah, he's crazy. He's crazy. But yeah, I like that. That thinks outside the box.
What is the strongest advice on Saturdays to you?
Believe in yourself. Believe in your gift, believe in yourself. It's the strongest advice someone gave me, and I ran with it. So I don't know. When I'm in the kitchen, I leave, and no one else is around. People eat with their eyes first. People eat with their eyes first. Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. And but I'm a firm believer in patience, so I know when that time comes, that it comes. I'm not gonna rush it, but most definitely.
Do you have any side gigs?
Far as
Like other, like, cause you said you're an entrepreneur, so.
yeah, I have a clothing line actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I also have a clothing line that I'm starting. I'm actually relaunching. And the other gig is a cooking chef. That's actually gonna be my culinary. So I'm gonna have a line of cookware. So I'm talking pies, I'm talking chef coats. So when you get into whatever you get into, you don't have to be content. You can grow from that point. So it don't have to be just cooking. What else can I bring to this culinary culture? Is what I always ask myself. Yes.
What, like, do you work with savory stuff, like sweet stuff, or pastries? You work with everything? Oh my god. I'm sorry, I'm really crazy about cooking this.
Right. Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, everything. I'm a firm believer if you're a cook, you should want to. Now I'm saying I'm not the best baker in the world, but I connect to some great bakers. So yeah.
What's the name of the clothing line?
My personal clothing line, Devon, G-A-B-B-O-N. G-A-B-B-O-N. When I finish, I'll show you some stuff.
Oh, as an entrepreneur, where did you start from?
Where did I start from? Just out of my kitchen. I mean, just cooking for small gigs, co-workers, other family members, friends, just to get a buzz. And it'll grow from there. So I did it, first time I did a vegan party. Never cooked vegan before, but I did it. It was successful. But from that party, I got 3 other parties. So when you go do something, you never know who's there. You know, so I was talking to a guy, somebody thought I was charging a little bit less for a particular gig. But I just love cooking, so I'm gonna take it all. But I believe that if someone's there gonna get me that next gig. So you start small, it will grow.
I forgot the question.
Alright, you think of it, let me know. Anybody else? No?
So, owning a business, is it like a full-time thing, like every day, all day, or do you have like?
Depends on the business. Depends on the business. Some businesses, of course, will take more time, and you may have to go full time. With me, the only thing that helps me in this business is because I do have another job. At my age, I wouldn't suggest anyone to go into this full time because the pay is not there. Because you have to start so low. Because again, because I didn't go to school. So in my age and not going to school, I would have to start a dishwasher or something. You know what I mean? You try to learn the ropes. But because I have another job, I don't have to do that thing. I can travel. I can make other means to get myself inside the door, and that's what I did. So that's why I said education, especially education. I said I'm just blessed to be able to do it at this age. Yes, ma'am?
Okay, when you're going to actually open a restaurant, can't you distribute your responsibilities to your workers so that way you won't have to be there every single day?
And it's just how strong your team is. I mean, the team is as strong as you, and you can be as strong as your team. I have a buddy that owns a restaurant in Baltimore by Towson, and man, he has a strong team. But if I come in or someone he knows comes in, he fixes their food. Like when I went in over the weekend, he fixed my food. He won't let anybody else do it. But his team is strong. They could have, but that's just because he feels a certain way. So that's why I say your team. And you got to sit back and really watch. You know, so you want to be on that back, but just watch them, and you'll learn a skill set, and you'll know where to put them.
Like, okay, so do you want a restaurant, like to get a restaurant?
Eventually, yes. I mean, I already had the concept of 2 restaurants, so I'm just waiting for that door to open up. But I do have the concept of 2 restaurants. Yes.
Okay, I have another one.
Huh?
And are you planning on to like? No, never mind. Very nice.
Never.
So for your restaurant, do you have the visualization of it already?
Yep. For both of them.
What are you eating colors?
I like that. That's a good one. I'm gonna get back to that. I know it's about colors. I just look at the concept.
What's your favorite thing to cook?
Your favorite thing to eat?
All right.
No. You know, when people put you in a box, you know, they see you and be like, oh, he just fries chicken. He just, whatever you enjoy to eat is what I cook.
Okay, so the food that you cook right now, right? Are you willing to like broaden your, you know, your boundaries to like, horizon to like learn how to cook more food from like other countries and stuff?
Right, so when I was talking about traveling, that's one of the things I'm going to invest in more, travel. So when I go out the country, like I said, I've been invited to come to Spain and Dubai and things of that nature. For one of the things in my restaurant, I have to do that because I want to learn the original and authentic way of cooking a certain style. So yes, I believe in learning certain foods. You have to go to the origin. So if you want to learn Asian food, you have to spend time in Asia. Italian, you have to spend time in Italy. So yes, I definitely, I'm going to do that. If anyone into this field, I would suggest that for them also.
That's right.
Okay. Approximately how long did it take, I guess, for your name to get out there? Like the actors out there?
6 months to a year.
That's not bad.
But again, that's because I was networking so hard. Like I said, I was everywhere. To the point, I went into one event in Baltimore, and as soon as I walked in with my shirt on, this lady just ran up and started hugging me. I don't know these people. And I said, excuse me, I know you. She said, I follow you. Oh my God. I follow you on Instagram. I would love to work with you. And I was like, I don't have everything for you work. I don't have a restaurant. Like, but that let me know that everybody in Baltimore, when I walked around that room, like everyone knew who I was. Just from social media. So that's what I'm saying. It's crazy.
That's right.
So
That's right.
now I get invited. I've been invited to 3 events in Baltimore like this month. I can't be everywhere. But that's what happens. Everyone wants you there now.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Alright,
Yeah,
you
5
guys,
minutes.
any last questions?
Okay.
Okay, let's give them a clap.
That was rude.
I didn't hear you. What's your question?
I just wanted the information about the internships and the mentoring and all that.
Okay, and I'll give you my cards.
Okay.
And when we get confirmation on the restaurant, hold it.
16.
Okay, let me talk to GR because I think
Okay.
he has a mentoring program. So I think if you 18, I said you could came down with us. But I will get the information for you on the mentoring program and pass it on to you.
Okay.
All right?
Thank you.
Okay, let's clap now.